Hello everybody, welcome to Tpull's Corner. Travis here, and we are going into Alchemy again with the Wizard's Premade deck. And I realized that I've been telling you how to change it into a standard deck, but I never showed you. So just in case you are relatively new to the Arena interface, you just pull up the deck. I've exported it from the starter decks and imported it into my decks. And so you just click here, and in Alchemy here, you change it to standard. And then you click the back arrow and you can see the cards that are illegal in Modern Standard, because that's what you changed it to. You changed it to a standard deck. They are highlighted with the slight red background. So these are the cards that we can't use in Modern Standard. They're both Alchemy cards. 2 copies of Plate Resolute. Artifact Soldier. When it enters or leaves the battlefield, you get a boon, and the boon is the Alchemy mechanic. When you cast your next creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And then this goes into exile, and you can unearth it. Well, it goes into the graveyard, but you can unearth it for 2 and create the boon yet again when you summon it for the second time. And then we have 1 copy of Elspeth's Command. And this is a pretty fun enchantment, I guess, if you can play it on your side. It's really irritating to go up against. It just has value every single turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you get to choose 1 option that wasn't chosen during your last combat. So you can have 1 target soldier perpetually get +1/+1 and gain flying. You can have, put it back up. Choose the soldier card in your hand. That one perpetually gets +1/+1 and gains vigilance. Or you can create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token you see there to your right. So if we were to change these, you could just subtract them here. And if you want to go find other soldier cards to keep with the tribal theme, you could. I would put in more removal. I'd probably put in 3 more removal cards, because all we got is 3 prison sentences to freeze creatures, a couple of Elspeth's Smites for small creatures, and 2 lay down arms. And that is not enough, but then the soldier decks are designed to be quick enough that you usually don't need to do anything more than that. And as a matter of fact, one of the first battles I did with this, there was a 10/10 green monster that they pumped up to 15/15, and all I had for the most part was Elspeth's Command, and I used that to create tokens and create chump blockers just about every single turn until finally I got a prison sentence and froze it. So the deck can work like that if you're faced with an overwhelmingly powerful creature. But let me just switch this back, because what we're going to do is we're going to stay in Alchemy and put this deck through its paces for you. And you can decide for yourself if you want to go in to Alchemy and play these decks, or if you want to just modify them. You know, it's easy to modify because there's only 3 cards in this deck. Just turn it into a regular soldier deck and take it over into Modern Standard and play with it in the regular environment. And I've got a poll up on the YouTube community page, so just go to Community tab, and I don't have a lot of polls out. I'm not even putting them out like quite once a month, so there's not a lot out there. But the latest one asks what you think of what Wizards did here. They want to put us into Alchemy. They want us to make more use of that format. So that's part of the reasoning of why they designed these decks in the Alchemy format instead of the regular Modern Standard that we're used to. But here they only made 3 Alchemy cards. So, you know, is that not enough? Should they have done more for Alchemy? Do you hate Alchemy and you're still going to stick with Standard? That's the type of poll question that's out there. So I'm looking, some of you have answered already, and I'm looking to gather more data. So if you haven't answered the poll yet, go there. There's also some older poll questions like should Alchemy be firewalled and stuff like that. So take a look at the polls if you haven't answered those questions. I've left them up. You can always use a little bit more feedback. I get push notifications on my mobile phone when somebody makes a comment or when somebody subscribes, and I'm probably supposed to be more excited to grow the channel, right? To get more subscribers, and I like that. But I actually get more of a thrill when there's somebody's leaving a comment. So I actually like the interaction more. Do we bother using anything yet with lay down arms, or do we wait for something? Let's see, number of planes. I only got 1 that counts as a plane right now anyway. But we could get rid of this one next turn before it gets too much out of control. So that's probably a good idea. Does that count as a plane? No. So we get rid of you now. before you grow any further. And then the Zephyr Sentinel has flash, right? Except I don't want to do it that way. How about... Okay, Ambush Paratrooper has flash. You did not have enough to pay the kicker, but that's fine because this was exiled, so you can't get it out of the graveyard anyway. We can flash this in and take out the tabby. And then we'll just put this down. We'll be done. And if they want to use removal on that, we can do a little trick. They just have another tabby to replace it. And we can put this in its way. And before we go to damage, we flash in the Zephyr Sentinel. And we just return this puppy to our hand, and that gives us a counter on Zephyr Sentinel. And now we have something that can legitimately block the missionary next turn. Life is good. Unless they have removal. Which is fine because I've got my Rel waiting in the wings. And a Rescue Retriever. Aha! One removal card. Let's go ahead and just see what they've got. They've only got 3 lands. Do you have more creatures, or are you removal ready? I feel like that's a trap. I'm not going to block. You can come on through. And then we... blah, blah, blah. We can attack. Prevent all damage. Bless the Rescue Retriever. Keep the Rescue Retriever. Between these 2 cards, they're going to have a tough time of it. Death Touch doesn't matter to us anymore when we're attacking. As a matter of fact, none of this regular damage matters to us anymore when we're attacking. So all we're going to do is keep up the pressure. Blah, 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 blah. To other attacking soldiers. So we're not going to attack with the Rescue Retriever. Maybe they thought Death Touch would work, or maybe they were just using it as a chump blocker. No, I think they thought Death Touch would work. They weren't paying attention to what Rescue Retriever does to the other stuff. And I think we can block there, and we can block there, and I'm fine with that. See if they have a way to save anything. They do, but they don't get any life gain out of that now. And we've got a bunch of flash. Let's go ahead and just throw this in there for now. I guess we go ahead and do this. And then we attack again. They chump block. This last out of the Scrapwork cohort I can get. That already did its job, so there wasn't much else for it to do. Oh man. I guess I'll just have to kill you the ordinary way. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 should be enough. If you remember the old TV series, 8 is enough. Yes, indeed. And let's just put some finishing touches here. We don't need that. And 5, right? We don't have 5, so we'll just attack with what we got. A board wipe would delay us. And they got 4 lands, but they have no spells they can cast. I wonder if they got into land trouble and just everything's too expensive with what's in their hand. That would suck if that was a 5-cost board wipe for them. So yeah, the soldiers go wide. I don't face soldier decks a lot, but they appear to still be among the best winning percentage decks in the environment. They can be very fast. I want to try and have one where we get these alchemy cards in use. My opponent is Father of 3. I'm trying to think how many months ago I made a soldier tribal deck using mostly Yoshin Tactician. We had some fun with the Vesuvian Diplomacy enchantment and created a whole bunch of Yoshin Tacticians and stuff like that. So it wasn't your normal soldier deck, it wasn't like this. I think it was slightly more fun in my opinion. But then I think I'm biased towards the Vesuvian Diplomacy. But yeah, it's fun to get multiples of these out. And just everybody's always getting +1/+1/+1 ad infinitum. I guess from my experience so far, I'm finding that I do not mind. Let's see, it has to be attacking or blocking, right? We'll just pass. We can flash that in if we feel like. Or we can just knock out the attacker. Or maybe we save it for that. Let's just do a trade. Equip it already. Let's see, +1/-1. So Elspeth's Smite is still a good way to do things, but I feel like I want to do this first. I feel like we've got time. So as I was saying, I think playing in Alchemy has not been a bad experience for me. The format, it's not like it's as difficult as I thought it would be or anything like that. That does not have flash. Let's just go wide for a second. Because if they've got removal, I don't want to pump this up and just have them zap it with a lightning blast first. And it is fun to play with the Alchemy cards. If you haven't spent a lot of time in Alchemy, this is a chance to broaden your horizons a little bit and to see what kind of fun these cards can be. And you gotta like that our 3/4 is already a 5/5 with Vigilance, right? Alright. Our Sky Strike officer can no longer attack. However, we can still Tap 3 untapped soldiers we control. Okay, let's get rid of the aspirant. Hopefully they don't have protection on this. Whatever they had, they weren't willing to use it. Alright. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, this puppy comes down. And let's do another soldier in our hand and give them vigilance. We'll do the same to the next Ocean Tactician. Oh, 5 points with Rebel Sobble. So, wasn't enough. Okay, our health totals are now equal at last. We have reached a turning point. You only have 3 cards. Don't act like a blue player. It's sad when the person with the color blue takes less time than you do to make a move. Well, my time zone where I'm at right now making this video, I think there's a danger of this blue-white light lulling me into sleep. If y'all are having any trouble getting to sleep at night, just find one of my videos. Guaranteed somebody's going to start roping you sometime. Set it on a loop. Should be coughing up some Z's pretty quickly. We're in a good place. I guess usually this happens when things go against their way and they start to lose. With a depressing amount of periodicity. What reveals soldier card? Oh, yeah. Sorry, we'll review that. All that does is make sure it comes in on tap, right? Let's see. 1 soldier gets +1 and flying. There, we'll make it 5/6 and out of range of Rebel Salvo. You tap for 2. And then we can give him +1/+1 if we've got nothing better to do as a mana sink. We get another soldier with vigilance and we'll have a good way to draw a card each time too. Where did you go, Father of 3? Did you have a family emergency with one of the 3? Are you changing a diaper? What are you doing? And this is the first battle I'm recording, isn't it? Lovely. They can't rope me when I'm just playtesting things. They gotta wait till I hit the record button. How do they know? How do they always know? I'm in Alchemy now. Shouldn't there be less roping in Alchemy? Okay. I'm guessing that they felt it was not worth their time to hang around and try and fight this battle any longer. We're going again! That wasn't first, was it? That was my second, right? I must be more tired than I thought. When you can't even keep track of whether this is your first battle or second battle, that's probably a sign you're up past your bedtime. I'm trying to maintain the pace of getting out a video every day of the week, every business day, so Monday through Friday basically. That is a forced mulligan, right? You really don't want to have one color spells and the other color lands. What do we get rid of? I don't want to get rid of a land. Alright, let's get rid of the Zephyr Sentinel, I guess. Start there. And just pay no attention to anything else except the sound of my voice since I'm recording it. Okay, that enters tapped. I think we want the Siege Veteran now. I wonder if the tribal rats from Eldraine have already infected the Alchemy format. Is this going to be a tribal rat deck? And do we just want to take the Death Touchers and exile them? Or do we want to take things like Gix and exile that? Let's see. No block on that. No, thank you. Aha. That's a useful card. That's a disgusting card. We can get rid of that with first strike. Let's see what that gives us. 3 planes, right? So not enough. Let's go ahead and no attacks. We can look at the top 4 cards of our library and get a creature card. I feel like I like the flash element to that. Now the question is, are they going to risk attacking with Shieldred and doing a trade-off, or are they just going to be lazy and sit back and hope Shieldred does all the work for them? The reason they might want to attack is because they have Gix, and if it gets through, they could do some more card draw. But I might be willing to double block, right? Okay, so they're not going to do that. That is not a land that I can use to get rid of Shieldred. And we whiff. Okay, this is the problem I have with them not liking us to do tutor cards. And you know what? It's probably still a good thing we did it, because none of those 3 count as planes. Which is another problem with this particular kind of thing. So we're actually stuck in a holding pattern. If they try and use removal on any one of our creatures, we can flash in and save it if I keep 2 mana open from Zephyr Sentinel, which I should be able to do after this turn. But they're just counting on Shieldred to do everything. In the meantime, by the time that I get through with Shieldred, they probably have a second one in their hand ready to go. So it's a good thing I have 2 lay down arms. Ah, too late. Okay. How do we want to do this? Tired of waiting. We're going in. Exile you. First strike. Shieldred goes into exile. Yippee, we beat Shieldred. Do you have the second one ready? It's the top 20 cards. Almost always. No, instead they're just going to return it from the graveyard. Same difference. Basically same thing, right? There goes my planes. They managed to mill the one plane I was waiting for, so that I can finally just go ahead and exile stuff. 2 Death Touchers. Okay. Let's try and go get another creature. Yay! We finally have some planes. We have 4 planes. I can use Lay Down Arms. Let's just go ahead and attack. We can flash in the Resolute Reinforcements to block the 1-drops anytime they want to attack us. So that's not a problem. We just wait until after the attack is over each time. Oh, hello. Let's flash this in now. It can't sacrifice tokens. It's got to be a regular creature. I don't want to lose a 3/3 or a 4/3. I'm okay with the 1/1 going away. What is that, 5? Of course it's 5, so I need a 5th plane. 4 no longer works. And I've got 7 cards in my graveyard, and they need 8, right? Pass. You can go there. That's good. I'll take 1 point of damage. Okay, let's go look for a creature, I guess. There wasn't a single planes coming my way. There wasn't a land coming my way. Still no plane. Okay, let's get this out of our graveyard. Nope and nope. We're passing. Opponent's beating us on land, beating us on number of cards. That comes back up in my hand. We get a counter. Finally, they're at 20 again. After all of the damage they're taking. They've gone through more than half of their deck. We pass here. You can go there, because I have first strike still. We're taking 4 points of damage. Too many dual lands. I'm still waiting for my 5th planes. Thank you. You go away. You can come down. Why not? Why not? What else we got coming our way? Yeah, no. 3 planes in a row. No, thank you. No, we wait for that. We attack here. Oh, we can't attack with that. I can attack with you. Okay, and then we can still get a card draw if I need to tap these 3 together. We wait and see if they want to do a suicide run with their 1/1 Death Toucher again and run it into first strike. And maybe we can mill them out at this rate. Oh no. Resolve. They see it's not the same Shieldred, but they just had another Shieldred waiting in the wings. They run that one. Why do they run that one? I have first strike. Why do you keep throwing this stuff right into us? Okay, this can turn into the Enchantment Saga. Shoot, I forgot to tap everything. Let's just tap these. Another card, and here. And we whiff yet again. Very useful. Thank you for nothing. They can just activate the Enchantment Saga now, right? How many Death Touch creatures do they have? That's 3. They didn't attack. Prevent all damage. YOLO. There you go. Enter the retriever. Everybody gets a counter. You can come in too, why not? Don't kill Shieldred yet. But we got rid of one of the pesky rats. And we got enough to double block Shieldred if we want to. And they're down to 4 life. I think they should have activated their enchantment saga. Where's the rest of your Shieldreds? That's only the second one. Seriously? What are they gonna do? They're down to 2. Oh, that's why. It just counters. They get it all back. Okay, so they want to get rid of my retriever. I can't really save the retriever. But I've got 2 flyers. Return creatures, we don't care anymore. Get rid of a couple of lands I don't need now. Milling probably helped me. Yeah, come on through. Just doesn't matter. You're dead. You're dead! We go down to 2. There was a pesky plains. Activate ability. Attack from the air. We beat a mono black deck with at least 4 Shieldreds facing us. And all I did with the Alchemy cards was scry them to the bottom. Alright, Invasion of Eldraine. I needed one more of those, at least one more. How many do I have left? And a Mastery. Let's go fill it in. We'll do one last battle after this and see if we get any of the Alchemy cards out. We filled in 3 of the 4. Or 3 of the 5. Almost complete on number 4. I'm getting close there. Set as default. Why not? Omniscient Sleeve. Alright. Once more into the breach. Yeah, cards like Shieldred can slow you down quite a bit, but when you've built up a little bit of momentum, something like a soldier deck that's meant to go wide and still get some counters on their stuff, they can overcome even the Shieldreds. And at this point, Shieldred is so ever present in the game, you can't help but feel good when you defeat the Shieldred decks. Is there anybody playing mono black that doesn't use Shieldred? I just did, let's see, what was my last deck? It was the mono black discard deck with Sacrifice, right? I didn't have a single Shieldred in that deck. It's really hard for most of the content streamers to ignore Shieldred when they play black. I mean, they'll literally create a concept deck, it might be a meme deck or whatever, and at the end of the description of the deck, let's say, and 4 Shieldreds, because Shieldred. So that's it. It just doesn't matter whether it fits the theme, whether it's exactly opposite of the theme. They simply cannot conceive of leaving Shieldred out anymore. And it's hard to blame them, right? Because it's one of the more efficient cards. It's a fun card. Hello? Hello? Okay. I don't normally do this, but I'm getting impatient. It's getting late at night. No, we didn't have fun. Our opponent didn't show up to do anything. I still need my 15 wins. Normally I just yank out my phone and go play a game on my phone and take the free win, but I'm recording, and I hate to wait. So let's try and find somebody who's present. I've given up on trying to get a good winning percentage ratio in Arena anyway. I make too many jank decks and get my butt kicked on the playtesting. And it's kind of purposefully designed so, because I design it usually without any removal in the first case, because I'm working on the concept of a particular card to build around a card or a particular combo. And I just want to get that to where it works first. And then I sort of filter in, you know, 1 removal spell, 2 removal spell, 4 removal spells, until I think I've got a good balance. But it takes a little bit of cooking in the kitchen to get it there. Let's see, that one's pumpable, so it's worthwhile to flash in a blocker. Ta-da! Alright, what do we want to do? How about nothing? Because these have flash. So I want to get the counter on Zephyr, so we're going to bring out the Paratrooper first. And we just need them not to have a combat spell that they use on it for this turn. So we can... Ooh, that's got Trample. It's one of the old-time Arena cards. That's all they're going to do, so we flash this in. We've got this, and... we're just going to go attack. We've got Elspeth Smite, so we'll probably still flash this in just to get the counter and get a higher power creature out, but... they've got a Haster. They've got lots of energy. Do you have a protection spell? They got something that holds up priority. You go back up into my hand. You get a counter. But we're not going to block the Nest Robber. Come on through. We're just going to attack. And this is one little trick of the soldier deck. You've got a couple of different soldiers that have the flash ability. So if you use those judiciously, this one has haste all by itself though. They're outpacing me on the land. I think we have to go do this. We're still going to take 4. And I've only got the 1 white mana spell still. Let's go ahead and bring you out. We'll keep attacking, I guess. I don't want to double block with these. They're looking at Harbin like they're going to kill him. We're a bit away from having 5 or more soldiers still. When you're dealing against a haste deck, it can be difficult to build up your army. Ouch. 6/6 with trampling. Lovely. Still not enough for the white mana. I am not double blocking. I'm counting on them not having another backup creature quite so soon. That's 2 6-drops. It's kind of defying belief that they'd have that many 6-drops this close up in their deck. Never mind, they do. They absolutely do.
Is the end of evolution. Your strength multiplies.
Everything hurts. Why does everything hurt? Okay, so this has trample, so hang on, we'll do that. We'll take 7 points of damage. Hey, that finally is going to count as our second land. And we can go here and take out 6 points of Nisa.
Phyrexia's growth cannot be stopped.
And they can still create another horror token. Well, we're going to lose our chump blockers to those two. Oh, never mind. They're just going to kill us. And that's how you beat a soldier deck. Maybe I was supposed to chump block the dragon, but there's no way I could have scaled up fast enough to beat. I just had a little bit of mana problems. I don't know if getting that flash dog out would have worked any better. So I needed a prison sentence so I could freeze one of them. Haste gets us yet again. Mostly white, or mostly red. But then the green planeswalker takes care of us. Let's go ahead and show you the deck one more time. So if you're new, please subscribe. We've gotten a few subscribers the past month. I think we've gotten like 15 or so. So welcome, everybody, one and all. We ask you to like the video, and we ask you to leave a comment. What do you want to do? Do you want to take out these two soldiers and by Elspeth's command and just make it a modern standard deck? Maybe get a little bit more removal because we didn't have what we needed. Maybe a board wipe would be good as one of the removal spells. I'm not sure. Or do you want to have fun with by Elspeth's command? Because it is when you're playing it and you're on the right side of it, it can actually be a game turner. It can be a lifesaver. It can be the thing that puts you over the edge. And I have done some. I've done some battles where I've gotten these out. I've gotten the boons activated. I've used Unearth. I've had like 2 boons operational at once. So it works well with the soldier deck, especially the longer the battles last. You can get the full use out of both of them. So they're not bad cards. I don't know that they're exciting or the artwork's not the greatest for me. But I mean, it's not bad art either. It just doesn't do a whole lot for me. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, leave me comments. Let me know, are you going to hang around in Alchemy and play with these fun cards? Or are you going to say, no, I still detest Alchemy and shame on Wizards of the Coast for trying to do this pre-made deck extravaganza and not give us what we normally are used to with the 10 regular modern standard pre-made decks? I am curious as to what you think. And we will end up getting through all of the 10. So if you're new and you haven't, I think we're about halfway through. So there's a Travis Plays the Premades playlist on the YouTube channel, and you can go, if you want to do the homework and see some of the other premade decks that we've dissected and put through their paces, you can. And we'll leave it there. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks.